What's up, everybody? So, I want to take a brief moment to talk about thoughts versus actions. So, it's a little bit like the walker and talker. We all know uh, the talkers in the world, those who talk a big game but never actually do anything. And there are a lot of people out there that are talkers but lack the walking part. Same goes for thinkers. Who lack action. Now you have to get this one completely straight that it's not that hard to come up with an idea, right? People come up with ideas all the time. I like to kid around with the example, who hasn't come up with the idea of the beeping key chain finder, right? So you lost your key somewhere in the house, and you think to yourself, why isn't there uh, some machine or something you can paste onto your keychain, and you can call it on your phone or whatever, and it makes a sound, beep beep beep, and you find your keys. Now, I've thought about this. I actually did think about this when I was little, and I've heard a lot of people come up with this idea. I do believe that it does exist now. So I haven't checked it out, but I think it actually exists. So someone out there took the action, um, and made this into reality. Now, there are a lot of other examples out there on where people think to themselves, wouldn't this be great, or wouldn't this be, useful to the world? But that's as far as it goes. We're talking about the 98% of the world right here, thinking about stuff. Wouldn't this be great and useful? The hard part lies in the action part of this equation. Anybody can think and anybody can talk. Not everybody can take the action and walk the walk. Um, that rhymes, and that's cool. Um, when it comes down to taking action, now we get this idea. Let's say we get this idea. The first two things that pop up into our brains automatically. I don't really care on how positive and how optimistic you are. The first two things are, I don't have enough time to make this happen. I don't have the money or the resources to do so. These are the first two things, and generally speaking, we convince ourselves on that. That's it. Idea came to us. It's gone. Nothing happens, right? But when you get these two demons, if you will, into your mind, this I don't have the time or the money or the resources to do any of this. The hard part lies in the ignoring, right? If you are going to make something happen, you will have to ignore those thoughts. Now, the brain can be a tricky phenomenon. You can actually trick your brain as well. There have been scientific researches on this, on tricking the brain and thought over, the reality and all these kinds of stuff. But that's not what I'm getting into. If you are able to ignore and trick your brain into thinking that it is possible to do these things. You don't need the money or the resources, but if you can believe that it is possible, then you're on the right track. Now, you do not have to start out with getting this $1 billion idea and just start the pursuit of making this thing happen. You can take things in steps. Now, you might have a really, really big idea. You can take this really big idea and you can break it down, right? The best and the main thing is to start, and to start small. See if it's possible. We have to believe that it's possible, but it's better for the human brain to see that it is actually possible. I take the example of Roger Bannister quite often. When people actually saw that the mile could be run under 4 minutes, 20,000 people have run this mile under 4 minutes, including kids. That's the funny thing. When you believe in something, when you see and believe in something, then your mind's like, oh yeah, this actually can be done. So start small, implement your major project and break it down. Start small, see it. First and foremost, believe it. And when you see it, you bump up a level. Take it a little higher, a little bigger. And before you know it, your major project, which was so unbelievable, will become believable. It's a matter of tricking your brain into thinking and believing that it is possible. And mind you, this is not some hocus pocus. I'm gonna go inside my closet, lay in bed and wish for this to happen. That's not what I'm saying. You really need to stop just wishing for everything. That's not how life or the world works. Faith is not the same as just wishing. So take your big idea, break it down into really, really just as small as you can take it. And for example, let's say that you want to be the next Amazon, the next eBay, right? That's a pretty big idea. You have this idea, the next Aliexpress, whatever. Same concept. You're going to run the whole thing. You're going to do shipments and you're going to do manufacturing, you're going to do packing and all those things. What if you just keep that great idea in the back of your mind and go extremely small and become an affiliate with one of these guys? Build a small store. It's not going to cost you much. It's going to cost you, it's going to cost you the URL and of course knowledge. You're going to have to learn how to build your own website, become an affiliate. You're going to have to do a little bit of research in these areas. And, just start really small. Check it out. When you get your first sale online, then you're gonna believe that it's possible. Yeah, then you can go bigger, build a bigger store, branch out, do whatever. Take the affiliate part out, connect a local manufacturer, or whatever. You catch my drift. And this goes for everything. This is just a one example thing. So I want you to do this. Stop with the wishing. And really think about this. Mull it over. Make your brain understand that you're not just here to follow the crowd and you're here to do something with your life. Make it a little better, right? You don't have to be the next Amazon, eBay, or Aliexpress, or the next billionaire. You don't have to invent Facebook. You don't have to do any of those things, right? So do this. Let me know how it goes. Start small, and I will see you in the next one.